So what's up, world? Y'all know what time it is right here on Reec Radio. It's your boy FredricO, FDL Train, sitting right here, man. You know, the whole show is Let's Talk Fitness with your man FDL. Man, I got a special crew in today, man, and a special topic. Today, man, we talking right here Wednesday, 1 o'clock, faith and fitness. I got some of the hottest trainers, some of the best speakers around ATL. And, man, we just going to introduce everybody right now. I'm going to let you hear my boy Trap for the one.
I'm Trap Fit DJ. I'm a fitness influencer, fitness instructor, personal trainer, performance trainer here in Atlanta, Georgia.
I'm Gabe, the mentor, motivational speaker, life coach for everybody, celebrities, the whole nine. And I'm here, man. I'm happy to be here. Fred, what's going on?
That's it, man.
I'm GCool, leader of the Barbarians, trainer at the Loft, and I just influence anything and everything.
That's what's up. So, man, we're going to start this show, man. We're going to get right to it. Had a chance, man, about 2 weeks ago, man, to go down to the Loft, man. The Barbarian had a real big thing going on, him and Trap Fit. And I pulled up on it, man. I was actually getting ready to go home, but I pulled up on the show because, like I said, GCool and Trap, you know, we part of this big tour. And they was like, man, stay for the whole thing. So what I was going to do, man, is watch the jumping jacks, the push-ups, and I was going to leave. GCool, man, told me to come on in the building. And I got to let y'all know, man, I met probably one of the most incredible speakers that I've heard in a long time. Y'all know, man, I'm in church. I'm everywhere hearing everybody speak, man. This guy, man, Gabe, straight from the heart, man, had an amazing story. But what really hit me, man, is everything that he said, man, was on point. We got to talking and conversation about different things, man. And one of the biggest thing I asked him, I'm going to ask him right now, man, right now on the radio was, how do he feel right now, the difference, not only the difference, and also, man, the in purpose to be spiritually fit, and also the purpose to be physically fit. How's that a difference, and then how does that work together?
Okay, first of all, I want to thank you for speaking on the eloquence that God gives. It says in the Bible, in the beginning was the Word was with God, the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. So he who is in me is greater than he who is in the world. See, this is the thing about fitness. So your thoughts become your words become your beliefs become your actions. Okay, so now you're speaking life to your flesh. And then you actually go through the process of building it up. What do I feel about the correlation between spiritual and the physical aspect of working out, that they actually coexist at the same time? Because until the word turned flesh, you say, hey, I think I'm getting diabetes, or whatever the trigger moment, or I want to get bigger, I want to look better, I want to feel better. The relation is hand in hand. One triggers the other. Okay, so the way I feel about it is that spiritually you begin to work out when you say you want to physically work out. Okay, so I'm just going to say this real quick. In the Bible, and I like to reference the Bible for whoever know or don't know, but it's a good educational component. It's just something that you could thrive from and read from and heed, ingest, and then try to make it turn flesh. It says that I give you 70 years by way of strength. I give you 80 years. That's in Psalm 90. So the people that literally work out, believe it or not, by faith, okay, they actually trigger getting past the 70-year mark, which is mandated in the Bible for people to actually live. Okay, so whether you know God or not, once you begin to start working out, God will keep you, because God created the world by faith. He said, let it be, and it was. So the reality of it is, once you begin to have that faith to work out, you're going hand in hand with what God desires for us to live a longer life. Hopefully by 80, you know that it was God that kept you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I like that one.
There's a big correlation, man. And,
that's good. So let me. I got one thing I got to ask right there. So I'm gonna pass this down because I'm gonna be going back and forth, man. Like I said, we're gonna be going back and forth. Trap, man, you got an interesting story, man. You're an athlete, you know, and I followed you, and we've been friends for a long time, bro. One of the biggest things, man, people don't understand, man. I've actually seen you grind in this business. When I said grind, I've seen you, man, from the gym owner to actually. I like to tell people all the time, he take a gym that ain't really nothing and he make it a bigger gym, bring it in, put gyms on the map. Just one of the dopest brother out. And, you know, right now, you know, I got to be happy. I got this brother on my tour. But one of the biggest question I want to ask you right now, Trap, everybody, just like Gabe said, your faith sometimes gets down. We get depressed. We feel like we can't do it no more. What keeps you going in this business to keep you doing what you're doing as a trainer, as a motivator, as a, you know, just keep creating new things in fitness and having a passion? What's your reason for going that hard?
Seeing people lose faith. Seeing my people lose faith. A lot of people don't know this about me, but my mother suffered 3 strokes. She suffered one 3 years ago, and she suffered 2 back-to-back last year. And I am a performance trainer. I spoke on that earlier. And my minor in college was physical therapy. So I got into it as far as that component goes, as far as losing faith, is watching her not have the energy no more, watching her just lose it all, lose hope, lose faith, everything. And one of the things that keep me going is learning and studying abroad about physical therapy. How do I train people with those kind of illnesses? Because if it was just a regular personal training aspect of it, I probably would have left it alone back when I lost my gym.
So would you say that you're helping people motivates you and gives you a strong strength to keep going day and day?
Yes, daily, man.
So
daily.
then tell me this here, what do you do, and this is me, being a trainer, but I love to learn from everybody else. What do you do when you got that one person that keeps that 2 words in their mouth, Gabe, that I can't? How do you get over that I can't with that person that's constant, I can't, trap, I can't, do this, trap, I can't, do this, trap? How do you get a person like that to actually get on board to what they need to do?
I'm gonna tell you, I learned this component from GCool, just hanging around him, being around him, being over at the loft, and watching him communicate with his clients. All right, why do you feel like you can't? Right? Why do you feel like you can't? It's bigger than fitness at that moment, right? It's something that's deterring you mentally from wanting to succeed, period. We're not even talking about losing weight. We're not even talking about gaining an ab. We're not even talking about sprinting or running or jumping. We're talking about it's something that's deterring you from wanting to succeed, period. Right? So now I open my doors up to communicate with them and find out that reason why.
Right. Okay, that's cool. I'm going to come back to you. So I'm going to hit this here because I got something. Gabe, I want you to really listen to this because I got something what they said and what GCool is going to say that I got a big question for you coming right back to you. You know what I'm saying? Breathe, I keep pushing the target real big on Gabe, GCool, and Trap, man, because these 3 guys, man, actually come from 3 different sides of situation. One is a real faith-based. One is one of the dopest trainer. One is one of the dopest innovators that you're going to meet. I'm going to pass this on to GCool real quick. GCool, I got a real question, bro. And everybody asked this question about the city. You know what I'm saying? I know you're going to get mad at me. Gabe, me, you don't want ain't did it yet. So the whole city's got their own brand, right?
Okay.
Me, FDL, Trap Fit. There's so many people. But every brand, is up under the Barbarians, man. And we felt like that was a big thing because when people look at the Barbarians from the outside, they look at it as this guy who's in shape, ab, got a band, great attitude with everything. But they don't know the inside of the Barbarian, the struggles, what it takes to be there and what's that. So what made you actually want to start that, not even from the physical point of the workouts, but just getting all these brothers together and just having this movement to put all these collective brands and gym owners and gym people to be a part of your movement? What really influenced you to do that?
Well, I mean, I come from a city where they would say oversaturated. So I went the road less traveled.
What city is that?
Atlanta, Georgia, baby.
Okay.
Don't get it twisted. So, when I started, if you got somebody doing jump squats, you got somebody doing push-ups, and I just said, look, I'm gonna take the hardest road there is. There's people that's fallen, that's come back from everything possible, from sickness, mental, from physical illnesses. I just wanted to go get those people who were forgotten about.
Absolutely.
And so when I did that, I said, there's a certain language that these people speak. There's a certain hurt that these people have. And when I created that, I call that, it's an inner burn. I call that a barbaric burn that you have inside you. It's a fire, it's an eternal fire that's just in you. So I created the exercises and the whole brand based on that inner pain that all of us have gone through. No matter what it was a loss of a loved one, a loss of a career, a loss of a dream, whatever it was, that bounce back is what we are. So, when you look at the fork in the road, it's the beautiful road, and it's the one with the thorns and hellfire and all kind of shit down the road. That's us.
That's you. Man, I love that. So, Gabe, let me come back out and ask you a question. You heard those 2 guys' answers, right? So, now, this is what I want to ask, man. This is like, I won't even call this too deep. I just want to call it just straightforward. Everybody know your story. They know my story. That's a different type of physical situation being where we come from years from where we come from. We'll just say it like that. Okay. So how does one dealing with the situation that you deal with keep his faith, spiritual exercise up at the same time that his physical must meet his spiritual in situations that's uncommon for man to be at?
That's an awesome question, man. You did something when you asked
You
that
my
question.
guy, man. I gotta let these people
Okay,
know.
we're establishing for all the listeners out there that working out is ministry. And from that ministry, it's like a self-ministry. You're ministering to yourself. You're building these blocks. I've been to a place, I've been to hell and back. But the reality of it is, the awesome part about your muscle group is that they have memory. So the mental health for me would actually move forth. So each day that you wake up, you're moving forth with your workouts. You got certain people work out each day. You got certain people work out twice a week, depending on their financial situation, their job situation. But what I'm getting that in my situation, what I've learned is that dieting the right way and learning that your muscles have memory, it's easier for me to navigate by faith to know that I can actually eat right and keep my body in a subjection by how I eat. But when I work out, it works for the greater good. So to not deviate away from your question, but from both sides, what I was hearing with the barbaric aspect and the way he's building blocks and building gyms and building perspective from where people were and taking them. Yeah, so about. This is ministry, and I had to expound on that. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, when they get into the fitness game, either they do it for themselves, for somebody else, for their wealth or health. Uh-huh. For somebody else, you got the clout thing. You want to look a certain type of way. And ain't nothing wrong with that if you could properly manage that mentally. See, that's where that mental health aspect come in. That's where the subconscious, conscious come in. Because if you get too good looking, you might begin to promote that as a brand, and you didn't get your lust aspect.
And you lose yourself.
Yeah. So if you don't keep that in check, now you horn yourself around, so to speak.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely.
So let me ask you this.
Absolutely.
I got to go back to, like I said, I'm going to kind of bounce all back in the room, back and forth. GCool, this for you. I know you touched on it a little bit, but my whole thing is tell these people what is needed to be a barbarian.
First of all, you got to take the class.
We want to know about the class right now.
You have to go through hell. And one thing that's real unique about my class, no class is the same. If you came on one Thursday in 2021, you'll never see that day again.
Right.
That day is unique to the people that came. That was their burn. When we did the mental health class, that was the first time I did it in that magnitude with 150-something men outside and weight balls and with weighted ball. What do they call weighted? Slam balls. The slam balls. We had the slam balls outside, and we were running with the slam balls. And then on top of that, we came inside. Everything's a burnout.
And I witnessed that too. Now let me tell y'all this.
In the rain.
I witnessed that. I saw Trap. I saw everybody there. Only thing about me, I think I had a leg injury. Well, I think I said I had a leg injury. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even tap in. I just watched from the beginning, man. I did, Gabe. I did.
It's not a joke, man.
No, it's not.
Man, it's no
so
game.
here's the thing. I'm gonna say this here, man. And it's funny. Trap just said this for minutes ago. I said, "Where you coming from?" He said, "Yeah, man. Been on this tour, doing the things we're doing. Trap is a different type of boot camp instructor, man. It's like some usher dancers in the back. You know what I'm saying? You got to really, really know the moves." And the brother said something that was so different from minutes ago. I said, "Where you come from?" He didn't say like, "I come from practicing. I come from doing this." He said, "Hey, man, I come from practicing with my people because I want all of us to be, one, be one in accord, do this together so we'll know each other." And then he said something that was unique. Trap has a way of talking. Don't even understand how he touched brothers. Him and Gabe, like that's a real unique quality that both of these brothers have. Trap said, because when she's tired, I got to be able to pick up, her energy, and we got to bounce back. And it made me be like, wow, like what this brother is saying right here is what this brother just gave a true testimony to off air 15 minutes ago, And so I do commend you for that. But this is what I want to ask you. I got to get my jokes on with everybody, GCool, Gabe, and everybody. Trap, man, how can you be 245, man, a linebacker, and jump around, man, and moonwalking
with ease
for a whole damn hour?
I get that question a lot.
Man.
Yeah,
not like him, man.
I got an athletic background, man. I played football for over a decade, so I got an athletic background. I think a lot of people forget that about me once I turned into a fitness instructor. But as a little kid, man, my uncle actually used to make me watch Billy Blank DVDs. And as you guys know, if you give me a moment to get this off, I owned a gym for 2 years in Douglasville, Georgia, and I skipped so many steps. I went from the corporate fitness realm of being a regional fitness director for Orange Theory Fitness, learning how to do it the corporate way, and I felt like I had a big enough audience and following and had enough substance from that to go out and do it on my own. And we all know everybody gonna be with you until they feel like you ain't hot no more.
Yep, they move
and
on.
COVID happened. There's a lot of things happened, and we started to fall off, and then we eventually closed the building. And I had to change it up, man. I mean, I still got a family to feed. I got a wife and 3 kids to feed. So
Absolutely.
What do I do now? 18 days later, talk to my guy G, talk to Jason Lobdell, Mr. 2 Weeks Out, talk to you. I came over to you and talked to you. And dude, you got more left in the bag. right? You don't need a brick and mortar. You can still have a fitness business.
Right.
The moment you told me that, and I don't know if you remember telling me that, the moment you told me that, I turned it into the fitness instructor realm of it. 18 days later, went to Augusta, Georgia, had my first trap fit class and didn't even know what trap fit was.
Brother, ain't look back neither, man.
Let's speak on trap fit. Trap fit is choreographed fitness. So basically what I did was turn the Billy Blank aspects of jabs, hooks, high knees, kicks, things of that nature, and I used to dance back in the day. I put it into my dancing.
I told you GCool travel.
Hey man, we from Georgia, man. We from Georgia.
Gabe,
We don't stand on the wall in the club in Georgia, baby.
You gotta have a two-step. You gotta have something.
In the 80s and the 90s in Georgia, you don't stand on the wall, baby.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? We out there with them women, we having fun for real. So I took that aspect. Everybody wants to at least feel like they're dancing. Everybody wants everything to be a cadence. Everything is really choreographed. Nothing that G is not doing. He's just doing it on the floor.
Man, G do it around his back.
So you asked me that. So what I did was I created the Billy Blanks aspect, put it with a little bit of dance, added a cadence to it, and that is trap fit. Everybody wants to hear trap music. Everybody wants to feel like they're moving and dancing and keeping along with the class, and everything is fun. So I come up with these routines for an entire 3 to 3 minute and 30-second song, and you have to do the routine. Right, we just got done watching a video of a certain instructor, and it seemed like everything was all over the place, right? Nobody knew what was going on. So I teach my routine for 30 to 45 seconds at the beginning, and then we have to do it for 3 to 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes.
And that way you
doing the
keep
song.
everybody on
That way
point.
everybody is on one accord, and it looks great on camera.
I love it. Gabe, I got a question for you. GCool. Matter of fact, this is a Gabe and GCool question.
Okay.
So I want you to really hit it off, Gabe. I want you to really tell me how you feel. Me and Gabe had a conversation, man. And for those y'all don't know, where man, I'm always on the phone with these three guys. Whether we lifting each other up, whether we talking about prayer, talking about movements, we always on the phone. Sometimes we just on the phone joking. We hang around each other. So this panel's a little different. It kind of hit home with me because I'm actually on panel with friends. So that's a different thing. So we can talk about whatever, it is what it is.
Absolutely.
Don't y'all come on here talk about whatever. 'Cause
Absolutely.
It ain't going to happen. But we can talk about whatever.
Absolutely.
So Gabe, this is a question I asked Gabe the other day, and Gabe gave me, I was actually sitting down and in my bedroom, Gabe gave me an answer. Can a man fast 4 days, no food, just water, trusting God, and still maintain his focus, his physical aspect, and still go on about his day as if nothing is going wrong? No hunger, no nothing.
Okay, before I answer that, I'm gonna say shout out to this left field. Mr. 2 Weeks Out, love you, my bro. You know what I'm saying? He mentioned it. So
Yeah.
I was like, I gotta give him a shout out.
Oh, yeah. Good guy, man.
Love Jim. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the escape route for that question either, but
Now,
yesterday
Gabe.
I was talking to my wife, and God gave me the word concerning that. He said, "No man who's not built in me from fasting already could get through 4 days." That's exactly what he told me. So you guys out there, do not, if it's your first time fasting, do not try to work out 4 days straight and keep your same routine. You might just fall out. So you would have to be built up. You got certain people that fast because they fast in part, meaning they fast for half the day. He mentioned fasting but drinking water. Then you have people that fast from things like sex or certain activities from
TV.
IG and stuff like that. But when you're talking about a real fast, you can't just for the first time. Now, a person that's been fasting, they could get through a 4-day fast. I could get through a 4-day fast and still work out. But everybody's not built to be able to try themselves in that capacity, because it's just like working out. If you just work out on one arm, the other arm is going to look the same.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're going to have to
Build
work out.
that.
So you have to build that up. And that was...
That's it.
That was
So
good. That was
same
good
thing
answer.
with you, GCool. But the question to it, what I'm gonna ask you, because I said, man, you have a lot of conversations. GCool, man, if y'all don't know, doing 100 things, on TV, on radio. Every time I talk to him, man, it's been so bad these last 3 weeks. It's in passing. Other night he called me. He said, "I'm gonna call you back in 2 minutes." I got a text 6 hours later. GCool talking about somebody passed out.
He ain't followed me on IG yet.
Yeah, and then he get back. Yeah, then he wake back up.
My
and I
phone
hear
is
from like
off right
7
now. We
o'clock.
talking.
So to me, GCool, that takes a lot. I'm gonna say it like this: that takes a lot of spiritual focus. Like Gabe's been talking about, and just from how long you've been doing this, man, and how it's been for you. just tell me, man, how do you, and I wouldn't even call that a fast, you know what I'm saying, Gabe? I don't want to use it that way, but how do one get through a day like yours, consecutive 3, 4, 5 days, and just pushing and pushing and pushing? Because I've actually seen you do a show and then wake up and do something that's something else, and sometimes the proper nutrition ain't in there because I know you just can't get to it because you're really trying to make sure the people that you're there for are really, really, you know, you there for them. So what gets you through that?
To be honest with you, it's passion, love, and I really live it. Like, it's a lifestyle. It's not something, it's not a job for me. Like, there's not a financial number that has me doing it. Because just as much as I woke up one day and I decided to do it, it's a part of me. It's in my DNA. So if you called me and like, gee, I really need you to come in today and teach this class for 15 minutes, I could have been dead drunk the night before.
Oh, I seen it Saturday.
You know what I'm saying?
Saturday.
I could have been dead and go. And that's part of my brand. Like, I'm a rock star. And when I say that, the rock stars get the job done too, though. Like, as much as we see them up there playing music and doing whatever they do, and they still partner hard, they got to get up and do a show. They got to get on the plane. The show must go on. That's just who I am now. Like, once I decided to be that way, no matter what that is. Like he said, like, you know, you just can't go out there and 4 days in a row don't eat and keep the same regimen. It don't work like that. Yeah, I've been doing this for a number of years this way, and sometimes I don't even know I could do it. I be thinking, I'm not gonna make this, man. Get out there, and I look like I never was dead tired on my last notch on the battery. You know what I mean?
Right. Question, Gabe. I'm gonna hit you hard with one of them. Mike Tyson punch right here. How does one man with? I notice, man. Like, if I call you, you always giving us words. You know, from the spiritual aspect, you motivate everybody. You do that for GCool. You do that, you know, for 2 weeks. As you get to know Trap, I know you really service a lot of people. And what people don't realize, man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all guys. Former athlete myself, as a trainer and all that, and I know how I am. I gotta care for people too. Sometimes I get exhausted. Mm-hmm. So when people blowing your phone up, you may not even notice this. I watch everything. I mean, I don't really like nobody's stuff. You know, it takes too long to push a button, so I don't do all that. But I watched you the other day have a full conversation with me, 30 minutes, and the whole 30 minutes, gee, I promise y'all, this is not because we right here on the show. It was all inspiring, motivating, encouragement, and prayer. And then I was like, man, that's take a lot. And then at the same time, I watch you 2 minutes later, you and your wife, y'all walking with some of your friends. I'm like, man, this brother, is he drinking Red Bull or what's going on? So how does a person, your magnitude, strong and spiritual like that, what keeps you physically going like this?
When God called you, he equipped you. So we already built for everything that we're doing. Like, he's built for what he's doing because God knew he was going to be successful. He's built for what he's doing, and the way he walked into it is just like when Jesus turned the water into wine. He was in that place of a wedding feast, and Mary told him to do, he said, do whatever Jesus told him to do. And then Jesus had to submit to it because it was the commandments, honor thy mother, thy father. He had to honor his mother, therefore his father would be honored. So he had to do it under pressure. He went into another city and did something under pressure, didn't know what he did, and look what came from it. Okay? So he's been doing this. Uh-huh. He's been equipped to do this. I'm equipped to do what I'm doing. So my fiance, she had to get used to me continuously being on the phone, talking to people and taking time from her, but now she ministers to people too. So the reality of it is that what we all doing, what you're doing right now, the way you articulate yourself, the way you're managing this table right now, you was already built for me from the foundation of the world. And that's from any belief system that everything was already written. So now you're walking into your destiny, but to keep them life years is going to be based upon your heart, okay? So whether you're doing your cardio to keep yourself, or you're walking in spirit to maintain yourself, you know what I'm saying? This is, like I said, that's why we're here. That's why you invited me, to get the spiritual narrative of the physical and the spiritual aspect of actually working out.
I love that. Trap, got one for you, man.
Talk to me.
So let me tell y'all about this, man. This is a real cool situation, man. Trap touched on a situation, man. I've seen Trap, like I said, I don't like to use the word come from the bottom because this brother ain't never been on the bottom unless he was in GCool class on his back and everybody on the bottom of one of them. But I got a chance, man, when I first opened my gym, man, this brother, I called him and I was like, bro, come do a class. Like, I tried to trick him. I tried to get him to do a class, then make him stay. But, you know what I'm saying, you can't hold somebody that God has already got a path for him. So when you have them breakdowns and I tell people all the time, man, like, you got street 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And street 4 is way over there, right? And we know that what we're asking God for is street 4, but sometimes street 1, 2, and 3 looks good. We got to be able to pass that up to get to where we're going. And even passing this up, it feels like we're discouraged or just ain't making it. But we're still trying to get to street 4 because we know that's our destiny. I felt like that when you was at FDL, you went to the loft, you went to different places. Your destiny was doing it your way, your own, creating your lane, which and you have done a great job at it.
Appreciate it.
When them days get that hard, and you're trying to reach street 4, but street 1, 2, and 3, it just seems like I got a brick wall. What's not the people? Because we know you are there for people. We know you help everybody. What's your breakthrough? What's your breakthrough? And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna go on a Gabe situation. What's your breakthrough, physically? Spiritually, and mentally.
Right. I think it's all in one. I think I got in his way. And I always look at it like that. Like when I'm having a rough time, I always go back and I'm my worst critic. So I always go back and say, you skipped too many steps. You know what I'm saying? I take it back to that. I know I touched on it last time. I take it back to trying to come from this level to being the head of everything. You see what I'm saying? I skip. It's 16 steps I skip. And that's why, again, going to the loft, going to FDL, going over to Epicenter, I'm still learning. Right. I'm meeting people and I'm helping people, but I'm saying I'm learning from all of you guys how to conduct business. Right. The physical aspect, I have that. Like G said, man, I can down a 50 Hennessy an hour before my class, and I'm gonna still complete that class. I might throw it right after, but I can guarantee you I'm gonna complete that class because innately is in me. That's natural. But going back to the steps that I skip, and I feel like, to me, I got in God's way. So, and I knew what I was doing. I just wanted it right now. I wanted to, like G said, I took the road less traveled. I went and I took the traveled road, and now I'm bringing it back to say, you know what? Let me go connect with these brothers. Let me go get some business from him. Let me go listen to Gabe speak. He might touch on something spiritually for me, and I'm just gaining all this access. And I think this FDL tour that you got going on, I don't know if you're gonna touch on that. Are you?
You were gonna touch on it. You go ahead.
I know the FDL tour. The situation I'm in right now is learning from G how to put together a tour. Right, learning from Fred how to put together a tour because I feel like that's me next.
Yeah.
Never wanted the brick and mortar, right? I want the world to see what I'm doing, right? So I feel like right now this is just another aspect to add on top of everything that I'm doing right now.
Yes, sir.
I'm in 6 different lanes right now, right? And it's all gonna come back together and we're gonna meet at that final destination.
I'm gonna give you one real quick.
Talk to me.
I'm gonna say a piece of it. Gabe gonna say the other little piece of it if I get to GCool because Gabe gave it to me the other day.
Talk to me.
Gabe said, hey, too much is given.
Much required.
Much is required.
What is it, Gabe?
Much given, much required. But the reality of it is, the people that is required of, who's much given to, a lot of people pull on them and have expectation, but they don't want to wait for that person who they're actually dealing with to deal with them in the capacity that God has ordered them. So a lot of people will say, hey, man, you're not doing enough too quick. But the reality of it is that they don't know how long it took for you to get in that position and then to properly and adequately manage what God has given you. So when they do try to pull on you to pull out of you what God put in you, you know what I'm saying? They got to be in spirit to understand that it's going to get to them on time.
Right.
On time.
Right. On time.
That's true, man. I mean, I'm a big testimony on that, man. I tell people all the time, man, I've been in this fitness game over 20 years. And then I was saying the other day, man, I was telling a friend, I said, man, if they'd have filmed me 30 years ago, I'd have run in a 4.3. We just all this. And my good friend stopped me, man. He told me, he said, it wasn't meant for you 30 years ago, 20 years ago. Your time is when God makes it your time. And right now, it's your time.
Right.
GCool, but speaking on that, man, I'm going to ask you the same question because I really like to learn from everybody, bro. Like, when there's no more left in you, like, and take what I'm saying, nothing left in you. And you feel like, hey, I done take the Barbarians this way. And I'm sure we all on this panel got people that we feel like we can't take them nowhere else, but we know we still need to take them. We can't figure out where we got to take them, Gabe. You know what I'm saying? But we still need to take them somewhere else. What's that push, GCool, when you just feel like I got to still bring this person, still help this person, and this person has no push for themselves no more? Whether it's friends, somebody you work with, somebody you deal with, what's your push for that person?
Well, first, let me give honor to the Most High when I answer this question. The gift is, He gave me an ability to use what He gave me originally, my imagination. And so, with my imagination, I can create anything. So, by me knowing that, I just find out how do you imagine, how do you see things, your thought process. So, let's say you can't see anything else. So I imagine what I think you can see, and we start right there.
You see for them.
Yeah. Well, I'll help them see. I just help them. I don't see for them.
Okay.
I help them use their imagination. What would it look like even if say they scared, I quit, I can't do this. I can't do this. Okay, why you can't do it? That's an attribute. Why you can't do it, I use that. That's what you see. What's opposite of that? So now I got to get you to imagine the opposite. Your imagination of the opposite of what you think you can't do. Your imagination. And that gift that I have of seeing that, like you see with all the cerebral palsy and the extreme weight loss and all that kind of stuff, I go get them. I go get them when nobody got them. When they underwater, I got scuba gear. When they flying, I got wings. You know what I'm saying? I just do that. So that feeds my imagination. So when you see me out there with a wig on and a cape and a belt on, to the person who already no, that's not how you're supposed to look. But somebody with imagination, like, I like what he got going on. Mm-hmm. Now I got, my mob is thousands,
Absolutely.
thousands of people around the world, and I don't even mention nobody. I don't even say stuff like that. It took you to have me to come sit down and speak on the burn like this. It's imagination when you don't have anything else. Your imagination, my imagination, in one, to find. You got two imaginations working to find what you're looking for.
And what's funny though, not to cut you off, but didn't I just tell you that, like, not even 10 minutes ago when we first started? I just told you I went to GCool, and GCool taught me how to communicate to people to find out their reason why. And he just spoke on that. Just
I love it. But one thing about that, now, I love what GCool said, but that burn ain't no imagination. Now, we're not gonna do that. That hurt for real, folks.
It do hurt.
Y'all really take it.
And it came from my imagination.
So I'm gonna skip some of the subjects right now, man. Talk about a whole lot of couple things we got going on, man. Y'all know who I am, man. Once again, man, it's your boy FredricO, FDL Train. You know where to find me, man. IG, everything the same. My website, Train with FDL, man. We got a lot of good things going. This week, man, we're gonna be, man, in Cleveland, Ohio. If y'all don't know where that's at, man, that's the home of Philly Weedy, man, the Vault. This is Fitness Tour, man, presented by FDL, man. Has been something I created. I guess I said, like G said, in my imagination, man,
Right.
several years ago, and we just waited for the right time and the right people to put together on this, man. And we really found something really, really special. And what it is, man, it's a group of trainers, man, from all over the United States coming together. There's no battle. There's no envy. We come together, man, a really great show, great trainers doing their thing, bringing the people out, showing different styles of fitness, showing people, man, that, you know, you really can make it. Luckily for me, man, as the creator of this tour, I was able, man, like, it's just funny. Gabe don't even know it. You know, he going to have to be up tomorrow night at 11:30 when we leave. We're going to have to put him on the phone so we can get this prayer when we hit this road. And, you know, this tour is one of those situations, man, where we just bring in all aspects and good brothers together. I'm going to pass it to GCool. Well, I'm going to pass it to GCool first, and I want to just kind of ask GCool, you know what I'm saying? And for those y'all don't know, man, this last, 2 months, me and GCool, man, spent about a week. It's almost a job, about 40 hours a week on the phone, getting it together, man. You know, shout out to my manager, man, Tracy in Cleveland, Ohio. But me and G, man, we really go back and forth. We don't always agree. That's a good thing about having, you know, good friends. Me and Trap, we don't always agree, but we agree to make sure that this situation goes great for all of us. I love what Trap said. I tell everybody that if you're doing my tour right now, you only on my tour maybe this year and half of next year because you need to do your own thing. I don't want anybody to be under me forever because this ain't a slave drive. This is something that we learn from each other, opinionated, and make some happiness, then go out and do it. I can't wait till next year. I'm getting ready to do my class. Trap finna teach me how to dance again. I'm going to be on his tour. So, you know, we really finna just do it. No, Gabe, I don't be doing it like that. I hear you. But we really finna do it really well. So I'm going to ask, let's go Trap first, man. Being on this tour, brother, you know, all of us being good friends, putting this together, what is meant to you?
That means everything. Like I say, man, it's brotherhood first and foremost. I love the faith aspect that you're bringing in it because that's clarity for me. You know, that's clarity to bring it all back to faith. I love the fact that you went out and you didn't have a mindset on what you wanted. You basically said, you know what, let me just go out and let me start taking these people classes. Let me start seeing them work. And then you brought people on the tour based on their level in the game right now. You didn't go out and get all Philly Wheatons. You didn't go out and get all Helani Lobdales. You know, you went out and got some people that you say, you know what, this brother is up and coming, this sister is up and coming. And I just think the world needs to see what they have to offer. Absolutely. Right? And I think that was the most special thing to me, man. Because when it comes to touring and you have your name attached to it, most people are like, why are they on the tour? Why are they on the tour? But you looking at it differently because you've seen these people at their best. right? And you want the world to see what you saw. So to me, and then learning the business aspect of it. Again, being around you and GCool, I'm learning a lot about the fitness business. I have the talent. I think everybody knows that. It's about learning the business. So, you know, that's what the FDL Train Tour means for me right now. You know.
So let me ask you a good question though. Am I gonna get a shot on your tour next year?
I'm not gonna have a tour next year.
Oh yes, you have, bro. Whatever you doing, I'm just asking you. Am I gonna get a date on
You
your tour?
definitely gonna get a date on my tour, man.
That's
But
what it
no
is.
matter how big I get, man, I'm still here with the FDL Train Tour, man. I never
it,
get too
man.
big for your tour.
G,
What you got, me,
man,
man?
you already know everything we deal with every day, so you can go ahead and spill the beans. Don't talk too crazy bad about me, but so from your standpoint, how is it, man, dealing with this tour, with the tour, and you know, dealing with me every day, back and forth. You know, I know Trap see all the messages on our group text. Y'all know, so just speak from that, man. Tell me how that comes about, man. You know, for us, me and you all the time, bro.
Well, the truth is, you know, anytime you're the pioneer of a culture, anytime you're about to do something that's new, you become questionable to people around you. So when we're in this and we're putting this together, we got to remember this is fitness. When you created the tour, the name, I always tell them this is fitness. It's fitness. Right now, 1 o'clock somewhere in the other side of the world is dinner. They're doing whatever they do for fitness. So it's always room for what we got going on. We are going to create a tour of super people.
Right.
Just not just fitness, super people. And we're going to use fitness as the horse, the leading horse on this ride. And it's so amazing when you see everybody at different stages of where they are. Like Trap said, you got to feel a Philly Wheaton. But, you know, I look at Trap like, but we got a Trap fit.
Right.
Like, everybody's so dope. Everybody's such good people on the tour. It's not an ego thing. And when we're going back and forth, the battle literally be, well, you know, what about this? What about that? In the sense of a little knick-knack. But I'm like, what's the overall goal? And that's what we always go back and forth about. The overall goal is that shit don't matter. I say it just like that. That don't matter. We worry about this. Does what we're talking about help, aid, and nurture who we're going to see? Who's going to see us when we tour? When we stop in your city, what will you leave? What will we be left with when we come to your city?
Right.
We saw you in November this year. Next November, what will we see? What will we see when we see you on television? When we turn on YouTube? When we turn on any app on your phone? What will we see after we see you the first time? Will you be better? Will you be what I anticipated you to be, or will you be what you were looking to be? So it's so dope that we're doing it in this way, and the way that you're putting the panels together, that I don't want to go too far into it outside of just the exercise. Exercise lasts about, 3 hours that day? Yeah. That one day Saturday is exercise. He's put together so many gyms while we're gone that these team building skills, I anticipate everybody to be a household name in the next 18 months.
I appreciate that, man. But, you know, it's collectively because it's all of us. So, you know, that's why I reached out to you guys. I remember, like, me and Trap was talking. GCool didn't have a choice. No choice. GCool said, hey, Fred, I said, you got it. Me and GCool eating one day. I said, GCool, I'm about to call this person. He said, no. He said, sit back. Let me do it.
You got Ty on tour with you, too.
Oh, yeah. We got Ty,
Yeah.
man. Listen, I'm about the name. We got a lot of dope people, bro. Like, you got to understand, like Trap said, one of the things about this tour, and I'm going to touch on this so we can get back to what we're talking about. When I picked this tour, man, we know a lot of people. You know, me being from Los Angeles and Memphis, I know some of the top trainers across the country as a pro ball player. We know people that are really dope, but it wasn't based on that. It was based on top energy people, top good people, people that are bringing something to people. So that's what my whole thing about it. I'm going to say this one time. I know a lot of people got these battles and got all this stuff going on. This is Fitness Tour. We ain't coming to battle nobody. We coming to bring some positive situations, some good situations. We coming to shine a light into everybody. Now, I'm going to say this here so y'all can go ahead, and this is some real stuff. Like I tell you, I don't ask people to be a part of my stuff. I just pop them old school. I just tell them this is what y'all going to do. So, you know, Gabe don't even know, but like I said, 11:30 tomorrow night, man, I don't know if we're going to be eating popcorn or whatever, but we going to have Gabe on FaceTime before we leave, you know, because we done made Gabe, you know what I'm saying, that prayer buddy every time we hit that road.
Absolutely.
Plus, Gabe don't even know what it is here. He gonna make a couple of these tours, and we gonna put him in both of these classes. We're gonna have you dancing like Usher in on your back with Barbarian. But Gabe, you know, so from what you know about the tour, man, you know, seeing it with us and talking to us, brother, you know, what you get from it, what you get from, you know, us wanting you just to be that last voice we hear before we hit the road.
I think it's awesome, man. I learned a lot. And it's crazy because I was at a Tallahassee event, and I talked to Cool G. I talked to G, and I couldn't say nothing. The man is powerful. So
Absolutely.
a lot of people don't understand that I'm sitting here with a powerful panel of people that's making the word turn flesh. And that's actually transformation for your flesh if you follow through. You get what I'm saying? So this tour, who's ever looking, if it ever comes to your city, you want to be a part of it. You definitely want to be a part of it. I advocate
Absolutely.
that. Not just because I'm sitting at the table, it's because if you listen to the rhetoric that is being spoken, everything is dealing with everything in one. You got mental health, you got you got cardio, you got the fitness aspect of it, you got the health and wellness aspect of it, and you get it from people that used to be former athletes, but they had to stay in shape. So you still have to work for a goal. Everything in life, you have to work for a common goal. And to have the first thought to say that I will, I can, that goes to what my man said. He said that, hey, if you're saying you can't, I want to show you that you can.
Right.
Okay, so that just spoke to me because 2 weeks out, when I did my speaking engagement where I met you guys, he said, hey, come do the workout. If you notice, I didn't work out. I said, man, y'all gonna do me, man.
Me too, bro.
So watch this. I said, y'all gonna do me, man. I got spooked. I sat down. I said with my girl, I said, I'm small, my body already right, but guess what? Right now I'm taking heart medicine. So that's the perfect thing. So that was 2 weeks out saying, hey, you're on your heart medicine for your cholesterol, tighten up. You got this nice body. How many people out there got a nice body, but they dealing with stuff? Okay? The reality of it is that it's fitness training like that. I watch these boys do their thing. And it was amazing because I actually need it. So me and my girl, we do little sprints, but I need a little bit more if I'm going to take this ministry on the road, right? So these brothers already on the road, and it was nice to be here, man.
Yeah.
I'm
most definitely.
Gabe the Mentor. You can find me online, Gabe at Gabe the Mentor. Like I said, I'm a life coach, relationship coach, I'm motivational speaker, and just look me up. Help build up the community.
What can they find you at, G? Tell them about you, bro.
Man, I'm GCool 5.0 on Instagram. It's Barbarian Burn on Facebook. Barbarian Burn on Instagram. I'm at the Loft Athletic Club. I'm on Power 108.9, The Unbroken Experience. What else I got going on? I got a couple of TV stuff, but I'm not bringing none of that up. I'm over here at Reec Radio right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's family. I mean, I get to honestly, I get to just wake up and be, and I'm living the best life I ever could want, man.
No expectation.
What is it, Trap?
Taking it day by day. I am Trap Fit, your favorite trainer's favorite trainer. You can catch me. You can find me on Instagram at TrapFit_DJ. You can find me on all social media platforms, basically at Trap Fit. I'm training all over the city. Right now I'm at Epic Fit Club. Right now I'm at Trainer Compound on 85. That's in Riverdale, Georgia. You can catch me at FDL Train. You can catch me at the Loft Athletic Club. Like he said, right now we're on Reec Radio. You can catch me on the This Is Fitness FDL tour.
Hey.
And when I tell you I'm bringing that heat, I am bringing that
Let's
heat.
go.
Cleveland, we
Let's
will
go.
beat us Saturday. Dallas, you up next. Listen to me, man. When I tell y'all we about to take this thing to another level, we're taking it to another level. Remember the name, Trap Fit DJ. You heard?
Man, and that's it, man. So y'all heard it right here, bro. So first of all, man, we want to give a shout out, man. First to Reec Radio, second, man, to Positive American Youth. Bro, we got a lot of good things in the A that's going on, but like, saying, we heard it from the OG himself. We ain't just in the A, man. We in the world. And so by being in the world, man, we want to bring everybody what we got going on, man. You can catch me, man, right here. Let's Talk Fitness, man, with FDL. Every Wednesday, 1 o'clock, right here on Reec Radio, bro. We're going to really bring some really touchy subjects to you guys. Reason for doing this show, man, I know everybody was thinking that, hey, he's going to bring on all these trainers and all these people. I'm bringing on people, man, that you can understand, man, from an everyday life, everyday standpoint, man. I want the doctor, man, then I want the preacher. I want the guy who just every day, man, work at McDonald's. I want to know how he stays healthy, how he stays physical. We want to hear how fitness has already, man, touched everybody's life and helped everybody, man, from all walks of life. I am very grateful for everything that I have, man. I'm grateful for this show. I'm grateful for everything we are doing. This is Fitness Tour, man. Is like I said, it's been one of my biggest things. This radio show has been one of my biggest things, and God is continuing to bless us, bro. So without that saying anything else, man, we out. Gone.
Hey.